sports.
Jennifer was like, I always win, right? And then she's like, and we're back. I was like, okay.
Plus, Love and Death's Lily Ray.
Sponsored locally by TVFCU.
As we're wrapping up our tour of Sewanee today, we thought it only fitting to bring you to one of the newest restaurants here in town and sure to be one of the most popular. It's Lumiere. We are joined this morning with David Boyd Williams, who is the owner, along with Carrie Downing, who is the chef, and the two of you are forming a fantastic partnership. So thanks for welcoming us in.
You're very welcome to be here. Thank you.
It's been really interesting to us as we've taken this tour this morning about this continuity that exists here in Sewanee. It seems like the minute you come here, you're welcomed in. So you, Carrie, represent the stronghold of the university. You're a proud alumni. You never lost your love of the mountain. You, David, grew up in Nashville, and the mountain called you back.
It did. It called me back.
So good to see you both.
Thank you.
Lumiere recently opened in September.
We sure did.
With a very kind of different philosophy, I guess, in the way you approach the restaurant business.
Yes, I think our approach has been to look at the community, find out what the needs are, take a pause, see where those meet our ambitions and the needs and desires of the community, and get a sense of what we can do to kind of bridge that gap.
I was reading about you before we drove up the mountain this morning. I was having my lingering cup of coffee and looked you up online, and I immediately fell in love because of the mission behind what you do and how you've taken your conjoined life experiences to create this. So you have a real purpose-driven life, David, to want to create cohesive communities and employment.
Absolutely. Our mission is to inspire, to imagine, and to innovate, and to create an environment where people want to be a part of that, to bring their own ideas to the food space here in Sewanee, and also to take that over into creating jobs to make for a more meaningful environment to live in and thrive.
So then we bring Carrie into it, who has quite a resume, and we'll talk about your work in the kitchen and the menus that you're creating. But I think you represent well kind of the new mindset that people have, that work should also be able to be fun. And that's very intentional for you.
It is. It absolutely is. I was really grateful that David and I were of a mind that a lot of the sort of rules of restaurants really need to be broken and examined and redone. So that's been one of the things I've been really grateful that he has given me a space to do that.
So there's kindness here.
Absolutely, and deep concern for our employees, that they are, if we don't have happy employees, we don't have happy guests.
And you also want those happy guests, so let's brag a little bit about your menu. So you both, as it turns out, have this love of France. You, David, have kind of lived all over the world, Vancouver, and then the Louisiana area.
Yes, spent some time in Louisiana and New Orleans for 11 years, spent some time in France working in Vancouver for school. And yeah, I fell in love with kind of the small scale of a bistro and what that can offer. And then in talking with Carrie, we found that we had a shared interest in that.
I was telling David Boyd, I like there's a contrast here when you come in. So you walk in and immediately I notice, obviously, the lights that come from France, right?
Yes.
The chandeliers. There's a beautiful gold mirror above your bar, also from France.
Yes, absolutely. Trying to bring that into the space.
Then you come into this back room, and I was in awe of the two things I saw first. One were the sheepskin covered booths. As it turns out, the booths are from Chattanooga.
Absolutely, yes.
And then I love the old ancient windows that are here, because you can tell that there's been lots of life in this building, and it's continuing now.
Yeah, we've brought new life into this space again, formerly when it was Ivy Wild and Octopi, and before that it was a laundromat, and so it's deep connections to the university for many years as a space, and so to bring people back into the space, offering them good food and a really bar-focused offering has been one of the things that has turned a lot of people into regular guests.
You can only be a regular, though, 3 nights a week.
That's right.
You're only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then you do a brunch
We do. Our brunch is a fabulous offering from 11 to 2 that Carrie has come up with.
on Saturdays. So what are you famous for, Carrie? What do you think is most popular on your menu?
On our menu, well, we do a beef stew from the south of France called daube. It's just incredible. People who don't like beef stew love that stew. But we serve it over southern grits, which is really fun. I'd say that's probably one of the ones we're getting best known for. We're also known for our roasted chicken. Such a simple communal dish. You get the whole chicken, you dig into it with your loved ones and your friends, and it's just delicious. We brine it for 48 hours, and it's just gorgeous.
So it sounds like it's, to a degree, comfort food. It's intended to feel familial in a way.
It is definitely meant to be accessible, not highfalutin.
But there's an experience when you come here. So I'm not going to pronounce it the right way. So I'm going to set you up and y'all weave the tale, okay? So the angel is all throughout Sewanee, the guardian angels that are here. So you have something called, is it absinthe? Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Absinthe, we have an absinthe fountain, and we have absinthe on our menu, yes.
And how does it work?
Well, it's a beautiful globe on top of a Sewanee angel that you fill with ice, and you let the ice melt down into the spigots, and the spigots pour over into the glasses of absinthe, with or without sugar cubes, up to you. But it's gorgeous. It's something people love doing here.
You do recommend reservations, especially since you are open just the 3 days, right?
Yes, we keep the bar open for walk-ins, and we typically have a table or two available for walk-ins, but we're beginning to fill up quite a bit and would encourage
just turned
people
out that way,
yeah,
yeah.
to make reservations.
I have less than a minute, but can I tell a story about you real quickly?
Absolutely.
So we were talking a little bit about his resume and kind of what all he had done, and when you were in Vancouver, is that right?
Yes.
That's when you were in seminary.
Yes.
So this idea you have now with the way you're living your life of giving back, it's intrinsic to who you are.
It's definitely a part of how I have become who I am over time, making sense of the world through giving back to community. I've spent quite a bit of time in urban environments and philanthropic endeavors. Over the past several years, I found that rural America was kind of looking for some attention, and I wanted to bring some kind, gentle approach to creating meaningful work through job creation. And what better way than a common table? I think the table in and of itself is an equalizer where all people are welcome regardless of their backgrounds. And that's one of the things that Lumiere has become.
The table might be an equalizer. I don't think your restaurant is going to be equal to anything people have had a chance to experience before. So congratulations to you both on the opening.
Thank you.
And thank you for welcoming us in.
Thank you. Come back.
If you want, we will definitely come back. If you want to call and make your reservation, or can they also do it online?
Online, LumiereSewanee.com.
LumiereSewanee.com. What a great way to end our show. Thank you.
It's Ashley's Memorial Day weekend sale. Be one of the first to take advantage of these must-have items, now under $500. And get up to 50% off Spotlight deals. Or get no interest for 72